Hi, everyone. You're listening to Live with Necee. I am your host, Opal Bailey. Hey, this morning I got up and I began to walk around the trail over here in Merritt Island. And I'm telling you what, there's nothing like taking a morning walk, especially when you feel like you've stressed or things going, it's not going as well as you planned, or you already in your mind and already have your day already mapped out, and it's already seemed to be so busy to where you're like, you're already stressing in it. Taking a walk is the most beautiful thing, because not only did I walk, but I was able to see the sunrise that was rising over North Banana River over here in Merritt Island, the little walking trail. And it was so beautiful to be able to stop for a moment and notice the beauty in life. It is so important for us to really take time to notice the beauty in life, because our days are so full of schedules and meetings and family and children and school and whatever else that we want to add on to our plate, that we forget to take time to look at the beauty. There was a movie that I've seen, and I don't know if you've seen it, but if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, it's called A New World. It is with Colin Farrell in it, and it's about Pocahontas. It's a really good movie. So if you haven't seen it, you need to look at it. But the one thing, it was a lot of good messages in the movie, but this one particular scene, Pocahontas, she mentioned these words. And she said, "Let me see the beauty in all that I do." Now, when you watch the movie, I'm not going to tell you, but the reason that she said that, because she came out of it was like a relationship kind of thing happened right there. But she didn't allow what she was going through to stop her. She didn't allow what she went through to hinder her, or she didn't allow what she experienced to overtake her. But she changed it. And she said, "Let me see the beauty in everything I do." And as I was walking around the trail, I was thinking about that movie. God speaks to me through a lot of movies, and I like movies that has a purpose, that has some kind of, example, life experience. I don't want to just be watching stuff to be watching things. Something that I can relate to. I like movies, like that. And I was thinking as I was walking, I was like, God, let me see the beauty in everything I do, regardless if it's hard. There's beauty in things that are difficult. There's beauty in things that's easy. There's beauty even in the uncertainties of things in our life that we want questions for. We want to have, we want to have a solution for. It's beauty even in the uncertainties of life. The only thing is that we have to choose to want to see it. Most of us tend to focus and stay, in a box, or look at what's wrong. And we focus on everything that's wrong. We even focus so much on everything that's wrong to where we stay in wrong. We stay in the past. We stay stuck. We don't allow ourselves to step over the wrong line and go into the possible line or the change line. We stay in the wrong line. And so everything comes out of our lens that shows what's wrong. But when we look at things and we say, okay, this is hard, this is difficult, this is challenging, man, this is painful, man, this is so hurtful. But even in all of these obstacles, we can overcome them if we have a right perception, if we have the right lens, if we're looking through the right lens, if we could say, you know what, there's beauty in this. There's beauty in this. And you may not know the outcome of it, but you can say, there's beauty in my journey while I walk through this, because I'm going to learn something. And most of the time when we go through a lot of stuff, it's because God want to teach us character. Some things we need to be determined to do or to let go or to press on. Sometimes we need perseverance. Sometimes we give up too easily. Sometimes we want things so quick and easy that when it's hard and challenging and difficult, we fall apart and we stop. And then you know that once you stop, you're right back at the start line again, and you're starting again. But then there's sometimes when we go through things or situations come in our life, we got to just run. We got to just press through that blockage and see the beauty. When I'm talking, I'm thinking of, those who run, the racers. And as they're at the starting line, I'm picturing them like looking at the beauty of the finish line, looking at the beauty of, hey, I trained. The beauty of me training, being prepared, ready for this moment, and the beauty to finish. Whether they finish first or they finish last, it doesn't matter, because the race is not given to those that are swift, but it's given to those that endure. So there's some enduring that we have to do, because if we want something swift and easy, we're gonna, it's not gonna last. It never has. I know with me, it never lasts anything with me. Anything I wanted to do something quick and easy, or, I want to do it on my own and I want to halfway do it, it never lasts. But when you endure things, when you're going through things, I hear people say, hey, if no one could talk to me about something in my life if I've never seen them go through something in their life. And that's true. How can you talk to someone about persevering and being determined and pushing through the pain and the hurt and the disappointment and the rejection if you've never been through it? You can't connect to them. There's no connection there. But even in all of the beauty, even in all of that, there's still a lesson inside of the beauty. And you come out even richer. You come out even stronger, even beautiful. It's just like the diamond in the rough. It's a rock. Then they just hammer it, chisel it. Some of it got to go into fire, intense fire. And then the finished product is beautiful. But it had to go through the stages to be beautiful. We want the beautiful at the end. We want the finished product, but we don't want to go through the stages of our life to get to that part. It's so important for us to take the time to really look at the beauty in everything that we do. When I was having, when I had my, still single, but with in my early years, raising my children, I didn't really see the beauty. I knew that children was a blessing. I did know that. But I was going through so much hard times that I didn't really see the beauty until I began to look at and expect something different. Sometimes in the midst of our hardship, we have to pull out what I consider that little bit of fight. And sometimes it may be just as minute as a mustard seed, just small, can't really see it. But each one of us has a fight on the inside of us. And that fight, if we cultivate it and we notice it, it will help us to move forward out of difficult things. It will help us to know that, hey, I can overcome this. I'm going to grow in this. I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to be better in this. My family going to be better. My wife is going to be better. My husband is going to be better. Whatever place you in life is going to be better. And I'm not talking about wishful thinking. You're constantly thinking positive all the time. That has its place, but I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about when you're going through things and when situations in your life or things just doesn't seem to add up. You just don't know what to do. You're being bombarded on every corner. Every situation is coming and everything is just coming at you all at one time. And sometimes you just want to hide or stop or quit. Think about the fight that's in you. Let that fight be that wheel that turns, and take the struggles and take the hurt and move it and let it transform into character, integrity, perseverance, determination, no excuses, loving of yourself. I can think of plenty of times in my life when, oh my gosh, stuff has been so difficult, and one particular time is, I used to work a 12-hour shift job, single mom, 4 girls, and it was rough, man. I'm telling you, I would leaving my job, I would fall asleep at the light. That's how bad and how much work I did. I will actually fall asleep at the light. There are times when I left work, I will be crying driving home because I was so tired, not only of the amount of hours we was working, and it was at a warehouse. So we stood on our feet all night long, but I was tired as a single mom. I was tired of the struggle. I was like, God, when, why? I did all of the things that we asked. When, why, how, where, all of those things. But yet there was a fight in me that I wouldn't give up, that I was going to continue. I was going to persevere. I didn't know how my life will end up. I didn't know where I would be, but I had a fight. I had that determination. I had that perseverance because I kept going to work, even when I didn't want to work, even when I did not want to get up, even when my body was so tired, I did not want to get up. I still kept going. I still showed and gave my boss my 100%, no matter what job he asked me to do. If it wasn't on my description, I still did it. And I believe that the more you do things, the more you see things in a different view, in a different light, and you see it as beautiful, you'll begin to see how it's shaping you in the person that you were really meant to be. And it brings you to the place that you were really meant to be at. And when you're where you're supposed to be, nothing will shake you from that place. Things will come and it may knock you off the saddle, but you'll get right back on and you'll just keep on moving forward and you'll just keep on going, because I believe that one thing adds on and builds and strengthens for another. I don't believe one thing, just you face one thing and then that's it in life and that's the only lesson you learn. But I believe every little struggle, every hurt, every pain, every disappointment, every loss, every gain builds more and more in you. And when situations come, you will respond differently. You will be able to handle things. You will be able to be determined and you will persevere and you will have that tenacity. What my dad would say, get a backbone. You will have that backbone. You will be able to face it knowing that, you know what, I'm going through this right now, but look at the beauty that I'm going to learn in this. Look at the beauty that I'm going to be able to experience once I finish this. And I give you another example. I told you before, I'm in school and this never happened to me before. So it happened to me this week. So I'm preparing my paper for my school, for my course. And I had to do annotated, if I've said it wrong, I apologize, annotated bibliography. And it says from 10 years, okay, no, go back 10 years, no more than 10 years. So I'm like, yeah, cool. So I started it out right. Somehow or another, my brain kicked in and said, oh no, you did it wrong. So I redid it over. And so instead of getting the resources from 2007 to now, I went from 2007 and back. And I'm sitting here like, oh, yeah, my stuff is done. I'm ready. I'm going to send it. But I wanted to look it over one more time. And it just happened that my daughter was talking to me about my paper. And I was like, yep. I said, I'm done. I said, I went back from 2007 on back. And she's like, Mom, you're supposed to go from 2007 to 2017. And I'm like, what? Now, granted, I started on this paper Thursday.